Peace, light, and love. It's your conscious queen. And I wanted to talk about this Mars and Scorpio, which I have been trying to push this video out for like the past 3 or 4 days. And Mars into Scorpio October the 11th. Okay. So, the energy that has been standing out to me is Mars and Scorpio is in a trine to Saturn retrograde in Pisces and Vesta in Cancer. So we have this grand water trine. I'm sorry. Well, Ceres is in Scorpio as well, but it's ahead of Mars. Um, but I meant to say Vesta in Cancer. So Vesta is the asteroid that is connected to balance and harmony, which is a really essential energy right now, especially with the Sun and Mercury being in Libra. So with Libra being an energy of balance and harmony, Vesta in Cancer very well coincides with that energy because it too is associated with balance and harmony. So the first thing that came to mind when I saw Mars and Scorpio and it's trying to Vesta in Cancer, I was like, people gonna be having sex in the car. That was the first thing that came to my mind. Another thing too is I knew cars was connected to this energy because Cancer is the chariot. And every time I see Cancer energy, that is always the first thing that come to mind. It's the chariot because that is the major arcana in tarot. Now, Scorpio energy, that major arcana is the death card. And I have been seeing a lot of um, car related deaths, especially when it comes down to car accidents. I've also seen where people was found dead in the car. And with this trying to Saturn retrograde in Pisces, um, drugs could very well be connected. Um, Saturn retrograde in Pisces. Of course, Saturn is connected to fathers as well. Saturn is also connected to the government, um, as well as like imprisonment. And the Mars and Scorpio intertwined to Saturn and Pisces could very well be connected to, being inebriated, drinking, drugging, and things like that. So drugs could very well be related to this energy. So, yeah, Mars and Scorpio is definitely, it definitely comes with sex, death, obsessions, jealousy as well, secrets. Okay. A lot of that energy has been coming out. Trauma, crisis. Um, yeah, I've been seeing a lot of that energy, especially when it comes down to secrets and sex. Um, you know, entanglements as well comes with the Scorpio energy. So also, Saturn retrograde in Pisces is also connected to the feet. So, I want to say, especially with Saturn being retrograde, it is very vital that we take care of our feet. Okay. Um, Saturn is also associated with like older people as well. And my aunt is an elder. She's 72 years old. And her caregiver's husband, she said he just got his toes cut off. I also have my oldest daughter. She had a problem with one of her toes where they had to like clip out an ingrown toenail surgically. And her dad said he had to get one of his toenails removed too. So with Saturn being retrograde right now, if you've been having issues with your feet, it's definitely going to come out at this time. But once Saturn goes direct, please, please, please take care of your feet. Okay. Saturn in Pisces is also associated with shoes, since of course Pisces rule the feet. So hey, it could be something about shoes that come up too. So if you shoe shopping, you want to get you a nice pair of kicks, or maybe them heels been hurting your feet, or they might be giving you problems with your feet. All of that energy is gonna come up at this time. Okay. I know it's a new pair of Jordans that just came out, the Aquas. I do want me a pair. I ain't gonna even lie, they $200. I do want a pair, you know what I mean? But so like I get it, shoes is also connected to this energy as well. Pisces energy is also connected to music and poetry. So there could be, energy coming out, connected to musicians, artists, things like that. Um, People who's into poetry and stuff like that as well. Um, so yeah. Now Mars in Scorpio is in the opposition to Jupiter retrograde right now. Now Jupiter in Taurus, of course, Taurus represents the second house. And I just shared on my page where this guy won two over $2 million off a $5 scratch off ticket that he bought at a liquor store. So Jupiter retrograde in Taurus, of course, is all about the money, and Jupiter expands, and it expands things. So I was amazed, like, because Scorpio energy, their 10th house is Leo. So Scorpios can be very how should I say it? Because I mean, of course, with him winning all that money, you're gonna have a lot of people that's asking for money, a lot of bills that's gonna be due, you know. And Mercury is gonna be moving into Scorpio as well. So once Mercury move into Scorpio, this is going to be a very psychic energy, which we're already into the psychic energy as well with Mars and Scorpio. Um, with this trine to Vesta in Cancer, um, we could like sense energy. Our intuition will not fail us at this time with this water trine. Um, Vesta in Cancer is also connected to the feminine, so and emotions as well. So, there could be some people very emotional at this time. Women connecting to each other emotionally, supporting each other, especially as mothers and things like that. Because hey, Vesta's in Cancer, so this is the divine feminine energy as well. So definitely women coming together, supporting each other with our children, supporting each other as mothers. So that is an energy. Um, Vesta in Cancer is going to actually sextile to Jupiter retrograde in Taurus, which I feel like the energy is already kind of at play. So Jupiter retrograde in Taurus is connected to food, clothing, any second house things, shoes, anything that's of value, as well as money. So women could be supporting each other, having dinners or feeding the kids, or passing down clothes that their kids can no longer wear, things like that. I've had women that have gave my baby clothes. So there's definitely an energy, and I'm about to actually give away some clothes myself. And I just gave away like a box of newborn diapers to a woman that I know is about to have a baby. So we as women, we're all supporting each other because we are all mothers. And I mean, hey, like we are here to uplift each other. So with this vessel being in Cancer, that is definitely an energy like it's supporting a divine feminine, women empowering each other. Okay. Um But yeah, so once Mercury goes into Scorpio, okay, be mindful of communication. Um, because you could have people talking about death. Also, sexual communication. You know, people want to talk all freaky and stuff. Um, be mindful of that because that is the energy. Also, jealousy. You know, when you hear, you're gonna be able to hear the hate, like, oh, you know, she think she all that, and you know, like you'll be able to hear the jealousy as well. Um, Mercury and Scorpio could also bring out some secrets. You know what I'm saying? Or with Mercury being a Scorpio, it could be, you know, people lying and hiding a lot of stuff as well. Mercury and Scorpio is very investigative as well. So be mindful. You know, your phone might be tapped. You know, people might be looking through your window, watching your house. Like it's like a spying kind of energy, very investigative. Um, so with Mercury being a Scorpio, like if you're cheating, you know, and you sneaking and creeping and freaking, like your mate probably not already picked up on it by now, especially with Mars being in Scorpio. But with Mercury being in Scorpio, behind Mars, it's gonna be like, hey, give me my stuff, give me this money that you owe me. Um, Stuff like that. People could even be arguing like over each other's spouse, like, you know, why you sitting in, why your number in my husband's phone and stuff like that. Like it's really messy because Scorpio energy is deals with entanglement. So nine times out of 10, it's gonna be somebody else's spouse, somebody else's husband, somebody else's wife. Um, like I say, with Mercury and Scorpio, be mindful of communications around death. Especially I actually have a new friend that talked to me today and said that like his roommate was like talking about suicide and stuff like that. Be mindful of that energy. And now we also, because you know we're gonna have this Pluto square as well, and Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. So with Mercury in the square to Pluto, you know, Mercury is travel, communication, any kind of form of. It could be writing, it could be social media, you know. So Mercury is already pretty close to Pluto, but like obsession, control issues, you know, a lot of deep dark stuff is associated with Pluto. And with Pluto being at the end degrees of Capricorn, we know that this is dealing with parents, okay, whether it's your baby mama, your father, when it deals with like father of children, it could be your parent, you know, because Pluto and Capricorn is definitely connected to a parent, also a business, and the government. Okay, so with this Mercury and a square to Pluto, it's like some deep stuff, and it's deeper than what I can even explain. But with Mercury going into Scorpio, you're gonna be digging deep. You're gonna be pulling up some stuff. You're gonna be uncovering some stuff. Truth's gonna come out. You know what I mean? And um, like I said, it could be about somebody else's spouse. It could be connected to a death. Now Mercury and Scorpio is gonna be connected to. It's gonna oppose Jupiter retrograde in Taurus, and eventually it's gonna oppose Uranus retrograde in Taurus soon. So, with Mercury and Scorpio in opposition to this Uranus energy, definitely gonna be connected to money. Okay, um, so people could be plotting and scheming on how to get your money. They're gonna be People might be pocket watching. You know, I know Thanksgiving coming up, so you know stuff with food as well. Um, and we also getting close to the holidays, so people's gonna be focused on the bag, like you know, how I'm gonna come up with this money to pay for this. Now, with this trine to Saturn in Pisces is also connected to a loss. Okay, So, and with the connection to the Taurus, um, there could be loss of money, loss of things, because it's Saturn in Pisces, which is retrograde right now, and Jupiter in Taurus is retrograde as well. Um, but they're gonna sextile each other at some point because they're like more than 10 degrees away. So the sextile is not really active, but Mars in Scorpio is in opposition to Jupiter retrograde in Taurus. So this is connected to our stability, our money, how we gonna pay our bills, how we gonna pay our rent, how you gonna keep a roof over your head. You gotta buy food, You might be spending a lot of money on food. You could be eating out a lot. You know what I mean? Like, um, things like that. Also, with Mars and Scorpio in opposition to Jupiter retrograde in Taurus, you know, um, with Jupiter retrograde in Taurus, it's like you could have so many clothes. It's like, what I'm gonna do with all these clothes? You know what I mean? So that's why I said, you know, this is Mars and Scorpio. Scorpio is connected to other people's things, um, other people's money. Scorpio also comes with a flashy kind of energy as well. You know, I got Scorpios do like to shine. They like nice clothes. They like to wear their jewelry. They like to look good. They like to have nice things. So that's another thing with this Scorpio energy. Like you can get some jealousy behind it, but yeah, Scorpios can be very flashy and very flamboyant and arrogant. They can be very egotistical and feeling like they the boss, they the one that runs stuff, they the one that runs the shit, like, what I mean. So yeah, so that's what I have. Like I said, with Mercury and Scorpio and the trine of Saturn and Pisces, definitely some partying, drinking, drugging. um with Vesta and Cancer, be careful when driving. Okay. Also, the divine feminine could be getting connected. Like, girl, let's get us some drinks. Let's get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's let's party. Let's hang out. So, that is the energy that I have. I might go over these energy through the houses. Maybe not. I don't know. But I need to repost this video. Well, I need to re-record the rest of my video from this new moon in Libra, which was a solar eclipse. So remember, this energy is going to extend for quite some time. I've always known eclipses to extend up to a year, but apparently they go longer than that. And yeah, this energy might be going on past like 5 years, according to um, Molly McCord, which is where I learned that each minute of an eclipse is equal to a year. So with us just not having a 5 minute eclipse, um, yeah, this solar eclipse energy. I'm sorry, I can scare my baby. But yeah, this solar eclipse energy is going to extend for quite some time. So we can always check back, look back at them houses that this energy was in, and yeah, definitely reflect on this energy. Um, what I was gonna say, Vesta and Cancer is also connected to cleanliness. How you taking care of your home? Okay. Um, hey, we got the, we cooking, we cleaning, we sending to the kids. I know my kids seem to like to just leave their rooms messed up and go outside and play and all of that, but that's another energy with this Vesta in Cancer is tending to our children and to our homes. You know, beautifying our homes, cooking nice dinners and nice meals, and just just making a nice, comfortable, cozy, beautiful home. Make sure it's clean, you know. So yeah, Vesta and Cancer is definitely connected to the chores. Okay. But anyway, love and light, and I will see y'all in the next video.